We're just going to head out now on Route 3 in Rathgar. We're just going to take us left out of the test centre towards Churchtown. Leaving the car parking space, just again take good observation as usual, and especially coming out through the gate, watching out for pedestrians or cyclists on the footpath. As you come out onto the road then, take really good care, as you may not be able to see traffic coming from the right until the last moment due to the parked cars on your right hand side. So once it's safe, move out onto Orwell Road, and we're heading straight at this next junction, so keep to the right lane. The left lane here is for turning left into Orwell Park. Even though there's no road markings, if you go into the left lane here, you could get stuck behind these parked cars. So stay in the right lane and heading down Orwell Road. At the bottom of the hill here, we're going to be taking the first right onto Lower Dollar Road. So just coming down past the kiosk. Just watching for oncoming traffic coming from the direction of Mount Carmel Hospital. And we're turning right then into Lower Dollar Road once it's safe to do so. So get your speed up nice and quickly. Once into Lower Dollar Road then, we're going to be following the road around to the left. You'll see the castle gates. Here it's a good idea to drop into second gear around here. It could be a build up of traffic from the traffic lights. And we're turning left. So into the left lane and just waiting for the green light. As soon as it goes green, make sure you check your left mirror and just proceed out onto Dollar Park Road. Once out here then, we're going to be taking the first right onto Woodside Drive. Watch for the hatch markings here, don't drive onto them. Moving into the right hand lane and turning right once it's safe to do so. There's a bus approaching us, but it's a good way off, so we've plenty of time to turn. Once you get in here, the test will generally get you to pull in and stop just after the double yellow lines. Don't go too far up, don't stop at the brow of the hill. It'd be too dangerous for traffic coming behind you, overtaking you. Once the tester gives you direction then, you're going to move off on the hill start and head back up Woodside Drive up towards the Castle Golf Club. Very, very sharp corner up here, so just be very careful. Even though the road sign says it's a sharp bend, it is a sharp corner. So heading up, park car on the right there and one on our left, so anyone coming down we have to give way to. So you'll see the corner approaching in a moment. Back into second gear, really slow coming around here. And we're back down onto Hillside Drive. So following the road on Hillside Drive, it's reasonably wide, so give plenty of room to park cars. Just passing Landscape Road there, the junction with Landscape Road. And we're heading on to Churchtown Road. Road to the right is Whitehall Road. The testers could take you up there towards Nutgrove. But we're heading straight on, just going to be passing De La Salle College in a moment on the left, and there's a Toyota garage on the right. So depending on the time of day, there could be quite a lot of traffic around here. Just watching this car ahead is turning right into the garage, so we're just going to give him a little bit of space and make sure he completes his turn. So heading down Churchtown Road, we're going to be taking the next right into Oakdown Road. Landscape Park will be on your left. Again, just watching for oncoming traffic. Look into the road, make sure it's safe to complete the turn before starting, and around the centre of the road. Generally you'll look quite a lot of parked cars here, usually on the right hand side as you come up the road here, so any oncoming traffic has to give way to you. The Good Shepherd Church then is on your left hand side as you get up towards the end of the road, so you have to watch for pedestrians coming out of here and obviously cars coming out of the car park at certain times of day. Coming up to the T junction, and we're going to be turning right onto Nutgrove Avenue. A stop sign and stop liner here, so you make sure you come to a complete stop. So the car ahead has stopped. Once they move off, you have to go up and stop again, so don't go past the stop line without stopping. And once you've done that, you may have to creep out a little just to have a good view up and down the road. It's fairly blind here. Be careful not to encroach out onto the cycle lane, particularly if there's any cyclists coming. You'll also see there's a bus lane across the road. You can see the sign. So don't go across into the bus lane. Just stay in the left-hand lane here. So we're going to be taking the first left up here into Meadow Park Avenue. The bus lane on your left here ends, and you're going to have to move across. So just watching for the likes of taxis coming up on the left there before you move across. Take really good observation. And also watch for the yellow box junction, that you don't encroach into it. There's a fire station on the left. So turning left into Meadow Park Avenue. Lights have just changed to amber, but we're too close to stop, so we can just continue on. The entrance into Lidl supermarket is just here as well, so again, watching for cars coming in and out. We're going to go past the first road, which is Mountain View Drive, and turn left into the second exit. So the first road there was Mountain View Park, and we're going to turn into Mountain View Drive. And then we're going to take an immediate right into Meadow View, and then the first left into Carrickmount Drive. So again, just watching, looking into the road, making sure it's safe. And taking the first left. You could be asked to do a reverse around that corner just ahead of you there, but we're going to be doing the turnabout here. So they very often take you in here to do the turnabout. Once the turnabout has been completed, you come back out of the road and turn left again onto Meadow View. And up to the end of the road, we're turning left onto Meadow Park. Very careful on any of these left turns that you look to your left before pulling out, because with all these parked cars, traffic coming from your left will be on your side of the road. A very common fault in the driving test is pulling out of a side road like this and looking to the right, and then only looking to the left after you've pulled out, which is too late. So we're out onto Meadow Park. I'm going to follow the road down to the T-junction here, and we're turning right onto Beaumont Avenue. You can see there's a stop sign and stop line here, so make sure you come to a complete stop. You may have to creep out a little bit then just to have a good view. The shops to your right here, so could be a lot of parked cars around. Up to the traffic lights then. We're going to turn right onto Barton Road East. So just stopping where you can see the back wheels of the car in front. Make sure you don't get too close to them. Waiting then for the green light. A few cars coming around, turning a little bit late there. So we're out onto Barton Road East, and we're going to take the first left onto Meadow Grove. Again, just back into second gear for the turn. This is quite a short road. At the top of the road here, we're going to be turning right again. This is still Meadow Grove. It's a yield junction, but it is a closed one, so you can't really see what's happening left or right. So you're just going to make sure there's nobody coming either side. Back into first gear. The car has passed, so we just need to so down onto Meadow Grove. We're going to be taking the second left. So we pass one road on the left, back and this road here on the right, it could take you in there for the turnabout. So just be careful there. It's a very narrow road, so just don't be worrying if it takes you 5 maneuvers to do it. That car was on our side, but the driving school cars letting us go. They should have proceeded, but we'll take advantage. They've stopped to let us go. Down to the end of the road here, we're going to be turning left. Again, stop sign, stop line. And then we take the first right. So this is Beach Lawn Avenue. And then we take the first left into Beach Lawn. Now this stretch of road in here, there's 3 roads in particular where they can pull you in to do the reverse around the corner. So if they take you in here, there's a good chance that one of these roads here will be the one where you'll do the reverse. So they'll pull you in before the road, ask you to drive past it and pull in again. They'll give you further directions. So just as you're passing the road, just make sure you look in to see if there's anything going to be blocking your way. Once that's done, then after the reverse, they generally take you out left and back down to the end of this road onto Willow Road, and it could take you left or right. So one of the features of this route is that the Teslas can take you a number of different ways. So they could take you left here, but we're going to be turning right onto Willow Road. Again, it's a yield junction, but it's fairly blind, quite narrow, so you're more than likely going to have to come to a complete stop. And following the road around, now there's a pub and some shops here on your right, so again, watching for any traffic around. Also a road here on your left. Sometimes cars come out quite fast, but this car here has stopped to let us go. Down to the end of the road then, and we're going to turn left onto Acorn Road. Your view to the left as you approach here is very good, but you can't really see what's happening to the right, so take it nice and easy. There is a dead end to the right, but you could get cars coming out of some of the houses down there. So onto Acorn Road, just follow this road around. You're going to come around the sharp bend then onto Pine Copse Road. And we'll be taking the first right then onto Wickham Park Road, which will lead us out onto the Ballantyre Road. So turning right now. Again, there's usually parked cars here, so just watching for anyone approaching. We're going to pass these cars here, but there's another car coming towards us, so we're going to have to wait behind this silver car. Again, don't get too close. Stay as about 2 car lengths from him and as close to the centre of the road as possible. If you pull too far in towards the curb, cars coming behind might think you're parking. Down to the end of the road here is a stop junction, quite a blind junction as well, so you have to take it nice and slow coming out. Again, creep out really slowly, looking left and right. So once there's a safe gap, then we'll move out. And we're out onto the main Ballantyre Road. This road then brings us down towards Dundrum. We're going to be coming to a roundabout in a moment. To the right will bring it towards Dundrum Town Centre and the shopping centre. We're going left back onto Barton Road East. Be very careful as you come around here. There's pedestrian lights just off the roundabout, so just take really good care. As you can see, they're red. It's very easy to miss them as you come off the roundabout. So once they flash amber, then there's nobody on the crossing. We continue on. We're back on Barton Road East. So we're basically retracing our steps back to the test centre, up to the junction then with Beaumont Avenue. And we're going to be turning right at the lights. So once it's safe to turn, move into the box, wait for any oncoming cars, and then we're turning down onto Beaumont Avenue. At the end here, we're going to be turning left back towards Nook Grove, so you have to yield to traffic coming from the right. You'll see in a moment as you come down the hill. So we have to give way to the bus coming towards us, a couple of cars after them as well, so we have to just wait for them to pass, and then we're going to be turning left onto Nook Grove Avenue. It's one way to the right there, so there shouldn't be anyone coming from your right, but just have a good look just to make sure. And we're heading back up then to the junction with Oakdown Road, where we're going to be turning right again just past the church. So moving into the right turning lane. And then just waiting for any oncoming traffic. It's quite a busy road here, so if there's traffic coming towards you, you're just going to have to wait. But as soon as you see the likelihood of a gap, just be prepared to go. So make sure you're in gear and you're getting your clutch back up to the bite point. So we're looking here. There seems to be a gap coming in a moment. We're ready to turn then once that car is passed. and back onto Oakdown Road. This time the cars are parked on our side of the road, so we have to give way to oncoming traffic. So once again, keep back from the parked car, allow the oncoming car to pass, check your mirrors, just indicate right that you're moving off and you're moving out. And if there's nobody else coming towards you, then you can stay out because there's another parked car on the left hand side, so you don't need to move back in again unless there's somebody coming up towards you. Down to the end of Oakdown Road, we're back onto Upper Churchtown Road. And we're going to be turning left. Watch the car parked on the corner here, so just make sure you get around them, give them plenty of room. And heading back on Upper Churchtown Road, coming back towards the school on the right, De La Salle, and the Toyota garage on the left. So once again, watch out for any traffic around here at some certain times of the day. We're going to be turning right onto Landscape Road. We'll be passing the junction with Whitehall Road and Landscape Park in a moment. And once you pass those, then we're taking the first right onto Landscape Road. Just passing the junctions now. And then we take this right here. So again, looking into the road, making sure it's safe before you turn in. This can be quite a busy road. There's some shops and garages and a pub on the road, so watching out for cars reversing out of parking spaces or just pulling out. Down to the end of this road, we're going to turn left down onto Braemar Road. So there's a T-junction just approaching now in a moment. So once you get over the ramp here, you've got to come to a complete stop at the line. There's a bus shelter as well to the right, which blocks your view a little bit, so you may have to creep out and have a good look. And once you get out onto Braemar Road, we're going to be taking the first right onto Braemar Park. Just waiting for any traffic coming, and then moving out when it's safe. Road markings here aren't great, but make sure you move over to the right lane. A lot of people miss this, so you can see the hatch markings there on your right. Once you pass those, check your mirrors and move across into the right turning lane. So just watching the lights. You may get a filter light here, but once there's a solid green light and there's nothing coming, you can complete your turn then onto Braemar Park, which is going to bring us down past the entrance into Mount Carmel Hospital in a moment. Just follow this road around a bend and straight on, just down past the entrance into Mount Carmel and down to the junction with Orwell Road. This road comes around to the left here, downhill, yield sign. Be very careful as you come down. Cars coming from your right are generally coming at speed, so just take it nice and easy. Don't commit yourself too early. So we're back onto Orwell Road. Passing some parked cars again. It's a good wide road, so make sure you give a door's width. And approaching the junction with Lower Dodder Road. And then we're coming back up the hill, back towards the test centre. Kiosk is just on your left here. Again, watching out for any cars pulling in or out. Up the hill, if the lights are red at the junction with Orwell Park, make sure when you stop you apply the handbrake. It's quite a steep hill. You don't want to be rolling back. Lights are green here for us as we approach, so we're going to head on. The tester will then give you the direction that you're coming towards the end of your test, and he'd like you to turn back into the test centre and find a suitable place to park. So you're moving over into the centre of the road, over onto the hatch markings, again the broken line around them, so you move into the centre. Make sure you have a good look into the centre before you complete your turn, just in case there's somebody coming out. Once in, then you can just find a suitable place to park directly ahead of you. And that's the end of Route 3 in Rathgar.